Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3. Last episode, General Winter set in, finally, and we are working on a counterattack against the Germans right now, although it looks like they're fully well aware of what I'm planning, because they're dumping just as many reinforcements into the area as I am right now. But thankfully, my armored section of my army is up to date, and should give the Germans a good what for. I mean, these I was going to say Panzer divisions, they're not Panzers, they're just tanks, have Su-85 tank destroyers, armored support, motorized infantry to go along with them, and well, now we got that all stuck out, and T-34 76s. I know it doesn't actually make any difference whether or not, you know, the types and whatnot, it's an immersion thing, and I like it. I love a good sense of immersion. Actually, no, I noticed we could use on here. Oh, we did 2 runs of those? No idea what that was for. Let's go division, not division. Let's go brigade and armored support. Because we got a lot of tanks that don't have any support units with them. And yeah, let's do 5x3, that's fine. Those tank divisions that are coming off right now are actually heavy tanks, so KV-1s, I believe. You can see the Germans are finally getting decent numbers onto these provinces. It took them a very long time to get the proper units up to the front. And as long as we can get our units in here, like all these guys stopped. That's not what I wanted them to do. They were supposed to be over here. Oh, I'm looking forward to this counterattack. It's going to be bloody as a motherfucker. But I'm so looking forward to it. End of the 5-year plan ran for only 3 years. The 5-year plan that went for 3 years. Interesting. Entered World War II as the war approached. More research are put into developing armaments, tanks, and weapons. First 2 years of the third 5-year plan proved to be even more of a disappointment in terms of proclaimed production goals. Even so, the value of these goals, coordination of entire economies development for central planning, has been undeniable. From the 12 to 13% rate of annual industrial growth attained in the Soviet Union during the 1930s has few parallels in economic history of other countries. So, we're going to get National Manpower Modifier, IC, Energy, Metals, Rares, Supply Throughput, and Supplies. Although it's going to come at a cost. That cost is Revolt Risk, which is pretty high everywhere. Cost the entire Soviet Union. Which I don't really feel like revolt risk in the Soviet Union should be super high. But that's what we're working with at the moment. And how quickly are these? Oh, they're pretty zippy. We're going to launch this attack in the freaking dead of winter. Oh, and you know what we got to do? Make sure these guys got leaders. Yeah, they all spawned in with no leaders. Oh, you know what that means? No organization, although we have, like, organization regain rate bonuses right now. We can launch the attacks with the guys who do have organization, and then use these guys as reinforcements. Just the Soviet order of battle is just a goddamn nightmare to try to coordinate, which definitely kind of gets on my nerves at times. So we're just going to grab these generals, throw them in there. It was much more, I feel, interesting and important when I was playing as the Germans. Not so much right now. This is just a regular infantry division that lacks a leader. There's another one right there. That's a mobile unit. Hill Fighter, Order the Red Banner. I know a lot of guys have been pointing out in the comment section, okay, there's a lot of blank portraits. And I'm trying to take care of them as they creep up, but it's a pain in the butt. All right. This is what I've been doing, basically just grabbing groups of units and making sure they're all set. So who thinks this counterattack is... You know what we should do? We have bombers. Where do we put our bombers? Here? These are our bombers. We haven't been using our Air Force yet. So why don't we use our Air Force here? So we're going to go, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's light bombers. But I think... How many light bombers do we have in here? We have a lot. Well, I think we have, like, all of our bombers in here. Medium bombers and light bombers are I put together, I guess. Alright, and I was looking for the CAGs. That's it right there. God damn it. Ah, this is getting annoying. It's... Certain things about BlackICE get on my nerves at times, and, like, the giant pop-ups sometimes do it. Now, where was that level 20 airbase? Right here. Rebase. Yep, the Germans are definitely trying. Alright. A little bit of organization time. Some people, it's interesting. Some people really like watching me do the organizational stuff, and some people get really bored with it. And just skip through. I know there's some people who are like, yeah, I just skipped the first 10 episodes and went straight to Barbarossa. Or is it 20 episodes? Alright, do like that. Then one more. There we go. And then this guy can get the fuck out of there. That one. Get the hell out of here. Go all the way back there. Alright, so now we got all of our CAGs right here. Our Su-2s used to be BB-1s. They got upgraded. We're about to get machine gun focus. They don't have wing... They're not going to have wing aerodynamics of the other one in time, but got pretty much everything else done. Let's actually take a look at the organization regain rate right now. And it's actually very quick. Armored car designs. So we're not... It's not going to be that big of a deal. Alrighty, let's zoom through here. There we go. Alright, so almost all of the units have arrived. Blueprint stolen from Yugoslavia. Let's take a look at our tech real quick. Strength focuses are coming. Sloped armor's coming. It's December 1940. December 31st. Let's launch the attack on New Year's Day. Let's actually start attaching these guys to the, I'm pretty sure I meant to put these on the cavalry. Because they could definitely use that. So, annual espionage focus. Let's see. Unity? Yeah. Let's keep our, increase our national unity. Army intelligence. Yeah. Army intelligence. National focus. Offensive tank and... No, let's do Huge Red Army. I've been doing Huge Red Army a lot. Build new factories. Economic boost. Short term. Women work in the industry. Gain 1,500 manpower. Gain 30,000 officers. Wow. 110%. Maxed out. Guards reinforcements. Good. Alright, so now we're going to go tech. We're going to go officers. Blip. All the way down. Just go all into tech now. Although, let's actually put some into espionage to counter what they've been doing. And we're going to go through our tech. Because now it's 1942. We can put on 1942 tech. Keep that going. Let's see. Supply. Industry. Those can keep going. Get all of these. The research. Don't need those. Alright, airplane radio communications. Yeah, let's get that on there. Not important. None of that stuff's important. Description. Agriculture, yes. Yes. Air traffic control towers. Secret strategic rocket development and theoretical jet engines. Let's get those on there. Just basically filling out the tech because we got tons and tons of tech to dump in here now. Improve security units. Truck and prime movers, yep. Motorized infantry support, yep. Artillery, let's see. Weapons, self-propelled AA. Alright, all this stuff in here. All this artillery stuff. Basically, all the industrial and land forces stuff kind of putting a focus on. Medium velocity gun, tank destroyer advance. All the 42 stuff should already be on here. Battlefield modifier armor. Get that armor real high. Alright, good. And prototypes? Any good prototypes? Nothing to really concern myself with overly. But, you know, we'll put all basically just dump all that stuff on there. I'm not terribly concerned about it because there is so much. Alright. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to let this attack go off first. And see what happens. Ranger has been lost. And, no, I don't think I need that. No, actually oil is getting low, so expand our synthetic industry, yeah. These metal supplies, gain tank and tank factories and anti-aircraft guns. So we're attacking them. We're losing manpower crazy-like. But it doesn't look like anything's happening to them, so this might be a little bit more folly than I anticipated. We have won the Battle of Narva. They lost 30,000 men. Continuous ground strikes with our bombers. See if we can actually do anything here. This is a massive attack, too. What is their defense modifier? 800. Attack modifier of 1% for some of these guys. You know what? Because it's the middle of winter, this might be way more folly than I expected. Guards armor! Alright, why don't we cancel that? We lost 14... Yeah, no. No, yeah, that's not gonna fly. Not gonna fly. Alright. So, 14,000 men dead for 8 losses. That was Indu planes with many units. So that didn't really get me anywhere. Actually, just let these planes bomb the hell out of them, see what happens. Nah, let's cancel them. So that didn't go nearly as well as I'd hoped. Well, why don't we try... Let's try this down here. Let me grab our... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Japan proposes a spy exchange. Search for a number of their agents that we have captured. Except our relationship will be better. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Guards motorized infantry. Mountain unit training. I do have mountain units down there. So these guys formed up. Way over here, it looks like. Yep, nobody over here. Guards motorized infantry. So my counterattack didn't really do jack shit. I lost 14,000 men for nothing. That was a little disappointing. Why don't we at least try down here and see what happens? 'Cause those are Hungarian units, it looks like. Ooh, no. I got it on speed 5. Look at the organization regain the loss. It's not moving in the slightest bit. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Death to spies. National vote risk down by 10. Yeah. I don't think this is going to work. The combat malice for attacking in the... Whoa! Attacking in the winter is just too much. Alright, that'll even itself out in a day. I honestly thought we'd be able to launch better counterattacks this winter, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Why don't we try with just... I mean, the tanks are our best units. Let's just grab these guys. And send them over this way. See if we can get around them. Let's try this. This might work. See who can get in there first. I think they see what I'm doing. Tanks are moving relatively slowly. They should still be freaking moving faster than infantry, though. And then they'll be under attack. Get around these guys, see what we can do. Turkey's mobilizing. Not terribly concerned about that, though. Sloped armor! Hey, it hit early. So, all of our armor will be upgraded with sloped armor now. So if we go in here and look, there should be a spot that says sloped armor somewhere. And it should start getting upgraded. Sloped armor, no. Sloped armor, yes. Yes, we are going to build the Tankograd. It goes right down towards the middle there. It's at 1.4%. So all of our units are getting sloped armor installed. I mean, that's not entirely a feasible thing to really do, installed sloped armor onto a tank. All right, they actually got in there before me. I mean, what the hell unit is this? Yeah, attacking in the winter is just, no matter what, it seems to be suicide. Doesn't matter who's attacking where. It's just a clusterfuck. I mean, we're not really losing... We're losing organization. They're barely taking losses. It's just... It's pretty mild. Defense modifier of 445%. For an attack modifier of 2%, yeah. It's just too difficult attacking in the winter. Yeah, 2,000 for 20 men, which is, I feel, is weird. Now that general winter has set in, as the Russian army, shouldn't I be using the winter to my advantage to attack the Germans? Intelligence, let's make sure we have own spies and counter-espionage. And then ruling party support. And then we're going to go to Germany. And put spies there, and we're going to get... So we're trying to get some military espionage. I want to see where their units are. And we're going to counter-espionage, too. Because we do have some guys going into Sevastopol. No, that's not what I meant to say. We do have some units going into... Or some spies. What am I trying to say here? I completely lost my train of thought. Whoa. You know, it's been too long of a day when you lose your train of thought talking about losing your train of thought. Upgrades are at, like, 200 now. Because it's all the tank stuff. All of my armored units are getting the sloped armor upgrade, which is massive. If anybody doesn't know, I mean, I'm assuming everybody does, but sometimes I just assume people know things when sometimes I assume things are common knowledge when they're not, and that's my fault. But if you guys don't know what sloped armor is, it's basically the concept that if you take a piece of armor and angle it, you're going to increase the chance of a incoming shell ricocheting, because instead of hitting a flat surface, it's hitting a slanted surface. So there's an increased chance of ricochets. But also, even if the shell does start to penetrate, by sloping the armor, the shell has to penetrate a longer distance through that armor, the steeper the slope. And it's basically easily illustrated if you take a fat line and then draw a skinny line through it, and then measure the distance, and then take that same fat line and then turn it over on its side at like 45 degrees and measure the distance again. The distance through the line is greater. The only there are disadvantages of things like that. There is an increased, wasted space inside the tank, which means you're increasing the weight in armor, but you're not really protecting anything extra. And things, national recruiting policy. Balanced, insane. It's the only one I ever used. The Germans didn't tend to use sloped armor too terribly much earlier on, because they had trouble with transmissions and engines and things like that, and they kind of had to build their tanks around the inner bits. And you can't, when you got a specifically sized tank, you can't make it like 20% bigger, because you won't be able to fit it on rail cars, you won't be able to get through tunnels and stuff like that. Also, German transmissions were notoriously weak. So if you put sloped armor on a tank that wasn't designed for that kind of weight, you're going to blow the transmissions, you're going to decrease its potential for survivability in the field. So what is this is so peculiar, I find. I can't the winter effects affect me just as much as the Russian or the Germans. You saw it. I cannot I can't launch counterattacks. It's just not feasible. Like, we could try it again. Let's grab just our tanks this time. Just the tank, 3 tank divisions we have here. Throw them against the Germans and see what happens. Blockade action underway. Apparently we're blockading somebody. Why is their organization so low? Lack of supplies. Wow. The Germans are suffering from supply issues. That is great for me. That is wonderful for me. So let's look at this battle here. Attack modifier of 1.9%, defense modifier of 300%. Impossible. But you know what? As soon as the weather clears, we can launch a counterattack if we so choose. I mean, I really did expect to do a lot more attacking during the winter. I mean, what is there to do? Desert warfare equipment. That's important. But you know what? Is the winter is allowing me to get my tech back in shape, which is good for me because industrial efficiency, strength increases, Arctic warfare equipment, superior firepower I just saw on there. All right, defense in depth, pack front defenses, hedgehog defenses, sniper warfare. I don't really care. Rolling artillery barrages, stormtrooper tactics, mass assault, human weight. Yeah, we're gonna get this stuff on here. Bonsai charges, elastic defense. All right. Yep. When we get superior firepower, oh boy, are those definitely going to get taken advantage of. We're going to have to build tons under attack. Are you kidding me? Orel? You're going to get wrecked. Major victory. Didn't lose a single man. Germans lost 5,000 to 0. Is what happened there. 5,000 to 0. But look at the German front compared to mine now. The only difference is when they were attacking before, I had like 16%. Organization. Now it's a lot higher than that. You know what we should actually do first? Before we do anything else, go through and give them leaders. Can I just see a skill level of 0? Alrighty. I hope these guards infantry actually do get pretty good. Well, get a good deal larger at least. I mean, they're pretty pathetic right now. Alrighty. Why don't we put them down here? This is where we're kind of getting a lot of our guard. Interestingly enough, a lot of our guard units are being moved to the south because that's where I do plan on trying to mount an offensive. Idaho has been lost. The New Mexico has been lost. So the United States is losing numerous capital ships, which I'm finding pretty interesting. The Japanese are probably doing a halfway decent job over here. Philippines have been invaded. It doesn't look like they've done... Well, they took some islands. Not Hawaii or down this way yet. I would love to see the Japanese actually do a decent job fighting the Americans, but I think it's impossible. I don't think it's possible for the Japanese to win fighting the Americans. Mississippi's been lost. Repair the rail network. Not yet. I think we're fine right now. Yeah, I think we're good. Well, how's our infrastructure? It's funny to not have to worry about your infrastructure. Even low infrastructure can support massive numbers of Soviet troops. Wish I had more intel on the infrastructure network. You know where to bomb the supply lines. That would be very interesting indeed. Industrial production, industrial efficiency. So that was under industry. Oh, we can keep those going, actually. Guards infantry strength increase. I'm wondering what it's going to increase the strength to, though, is the thing. I know it's going to give him a strength increase. I just don't know exactly what it's going to be. Alright, strength increased. Alright, so that's up here. They're attacking me. I mean, northern Finland. What we should do is maybe move some of our guards troops up here into Finland. That might be fun. Maybe the next wave. Or maybe just find an infantry corps somewhere that's not really doing much. Move them up here. Stop the German forces in northern Finland, finally. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, the winter's been super... You know, say it's been super easy. Now because now the Germans have tons of units on the front. The problem is... Well, the problem for them is they don't have much... Let's launch another probing attack. Let's do this. Lack of supplies, 13%. So they're going to have trouble with organization. They might be able to launch a couple big attacks, but they're going to have trouble with organization. Alright, everybody, we're going to leave this episode right here, February 11th, 1942. If you have enjoyed this episode, just drop me a like. Leave me those comments right down below, and if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.